You guys really love some coupes, don't you? I understand. It's a nostalgia thing, right? It's sentimental to you. I mean, your grandma drove one.
Lyrically, I'm 6 feet, I'm 23 MJ on the beat, I'm stronger, faster by design. I'm a Lambo, you a Nissan. I'm the big bad wolf, no peace sign. Finna give these fans they tea time. I would tell.
Where's the beef?
Why has everybody always got to hate on the hatchbacks? So today we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about why the coupes are so popular and kind of give a little bit of a backstory. I've kind of covered this before, but never really into this detail. So that's what we're going to do right now. To be honest with you, it's kind of a mystery to me. I think if I had to put it on something, if I had to pin it somewhere, it would probably be the fact that they're lightweight cars and they're just different. And I say different, meaning the hatchbacks were basically more popular when these cars were new, right? So the GTs were the top of the line, and the LX hatchback, and then you had the coupes. There's obviously a group of people that have always loved the coupes, as you know, ever since they come out. But to me, I just think that since the GTs were more popular, I think people just started looking for something different. And that may sound crazy to you, but let's put some thought into this for a second. If something is super popular for a really long time, like the majority of the crowd starts to break away from that, right? I think people started looking towards the coupes and realized, man, you know, fixed up with a set of wheels, these things are super nice. And honestly, can even be badass. Plus those cars are just lighter. So they make better race cars, they handle a little better, they're stiffer. So if you guys don't know, the hatchbacks are known to twist up on you and flex a little bit, like the whole body of the car wheel, more so than a coupe. So what happened to the GTs? Well, we've already discussed the fact that I think a lot of people just kind of shied away from them, just wanted something different. Another thing with the GT cars is the ground effects kits. Man, these things bow up on you and twist, especially in the heat. If they've been sitting out for years and years, they look really bad. So it's really hard to find a nice GT that the bodywork fits good on. This car had some major problems whenever I first bought it. One of the first things that I had to do was go down here and heat up the ground effects and try to tweak it out and fix it. I have a video on that. I can't remember the name of it. If I can find it, I'll post it up here for you. If not, just search around on my channel. And I'll show you how you can fix these ground effects on the GT cars. These bumpers tend to bulge up in the back. Check that out. I don't know if you guys can see that. There was a little more maintenance that went along with the GT cars. Plus, I think a lot of the coupe cars were more adult owned. There were just less parts on the coupe to really kind of give you trouble. Other than that though, I mean, there's really not a lot of difference. The interior finally caught up in the coupes. Now the coupes for years and the LXs did not have tweed interior. I can't remember what year that started. Maybe it was like 90, 89 or 90. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But somewhere around there, they started with the tweed interior in your LXs and coupes. Then they really started becoming more desirable. In the beginning, you couldn't get a coupe. You couldn't get an LX hatchback with tweed interior. So they started to catch up. They started to catch on. So you had a lot of people out there back in the day looking for any edge that they could find. Guys, we're talking about back in the day when underdrive pulleys could set you apart, right? Underdrive pulleys could be the difference between a race. You don't really find that so much these days, but that was a big thing then. So the weight of a coupe could really help you out. To be honest with you, there wasn't a ton of difference, like by today's standards, between a coupe and a GT. You'll have cars now that are 500 or 600 pounds apart. It just depends. So with all that being said, what are my thoughts on coupes? Well, I've actually owned, I think one coupe, one or two, I can't remember. So I've owned one that I know of, and the thing that bothers me about coupes, and this is not knocking anybody's car, but to me, the thing that bothers me about coupes is when I sit down in it and I go to look back, it doesn't feel like a FOXBODY to me. And it's probably due to the fact that I've just not owned a lot of them. They just felt like a little like celebrity or some little car like that from back in the day. I like the hatchback because you can put, there again, big speaker boxes like that. So you can go grocery shopping, you can put all your stuff in the back. I know that's a hell of an argument, right? I personally like all of them. I would love to have a really nice coupe, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I prefer the GTs mainly because of the price difference. Guys, if you have not seen the prices of these coupes lately, they are through the roof, and especially a four-eyed coupe. If you find a really nice four-eyed coupe, crazy. Now, I do like a 4i GT. So what's the future of the hatchback versus the coupe? Well, to be honest with you, I think it's gonna continue to grow. I think there are nicer examples out there of the coupes. So with that being said, I think the coupes are probably gonna hold their value. But when you find a really nice GT with the ground effects all, you know, nice and not all warped up on it, I think the GTs are gonna still be worth more. I don't know, that's hard to say. Honestly, I have no clue, guys. I have no clue of, you know, are the coupes gonna continue to bring more money than a GT? And that's not always the case, right? If you find a really nice GT versus, you know, an average coupe, the GT is probably gonna be worth more. But I don't know, I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. The future is unknown for these cars, but we are building that future. Whatever you guys decide and whatever you wanna see is pretty much what's gonna happen, because we drive the market. We drive it, and that's just how it is. So, biggest question I have is down below in the comment section. I want you guys to tell me which one you like the most and why you like it. For me, I like the GTs more, probably mostly because my dad had a car just like this, same color, everything, and that's all we ever had was GTs. So the coupes just, you know, I wasn't around them really. So I kind of grew up with this hatchback body style, and I really like those. Here lately though, I've started to really kind of want a coupe, so I may pick one up, I don't know. I love a coupe with a big hood. I don't know what it is, slammed, that looks really good. Like I said, down below, let me know which car you like, why you like it, and what do you think the value is gonna be on these cars. Also the Capris, don't forget about those cars, don't sleep on those. The Capris are really gonna start going up in value, I do have a feeling. Guys, there again, I don't know, I'm just saying. Let me see how I can word this. If you ask me which car is going to last longer, probably just give you better longevity, be more rigid, make the better race car, all of that stuff, it's probably gonna be a coupe. There's just less moving parts on it. There's less plastic and stuff like that. I mean, they're easy car to work on, they're easy car to paint. So to be completely honest with you guys, I mean, the coupes are awesome. They really are. Still not my pick, but I know when we painted Andrew's car, it went so much easier than trying to paint one of these cars and worried about ground effects, because these ground effects shift and move, right? So after you paint one of these cars and the ground effects shift a little bit, and then you end up rubbing paint off, and it's just, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. His car was so much easier to paint. So I don't know, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with that. I've talked enough about this. Like I said, down below, let me know which one you like. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. Honestly, this video is just to kind of get you guys stirred up. Go down in the comment section and really kind of discuss why you like what car. And it's perfectly fine, right? A lot of you guys do not like the hatchbacks, and I completely get it. They're not as rigid. You may not even like the styling, you know, everything is subjective, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't take offense to anything that I said. Don't get your panties in a wad. You know, I always have people ask what my opinion is. You know, which car do you like best? Do you like a Notch? Guys, we don't always have to agree, but I know I poked fun a little bit at the coupes. Trust me, guys. If I could get my hands on a cheap coupe, I would own one in a heartbeat. They're just so expensive right now. It's crazy. Maybe nobody got too offended, but if you did, that's fine. It is what it is.